If you're watching this, this means that the Memphis Grizzlies just got clapped to the tune of the worst round one, game one loss in NBA Finals history. The record was 47, made in 95. I think the Orlando Magic held that one. Now it is the Memphis Grizzlies in 2025. We're talking about 30 years later at this particular point, and they got absolutely demolished. This is what I will call the end of Memphis as we know it. I've been on the fence of actually making a video toward this effect because honestly, the moment that Josh started to get into his issues and things of that nature off the court, that's when we saw things. That window, that was his window. That was Memphis's window to really put themselves on a map for Ja to be the face of the league and things of that nature. And I know we don't want to put too much pressure on one game, but as we've seen Memphis firing their head coach right before the playoffs and then now taking one of the most historic losses in NBA history, I mean, let's be for real. It's looking real slim for them to actually not only bounce back from this, but it's also looking slim for that organization as a whole because unless something drastically changes, they are not – I mean – listen, coaching matters, and maybe a different head coach will turn this around, but I don't see it. I think, honestly, this is going to be a situation where massive moves are going to be happening. But if you're new to the channel, it's your boy P.kidd. This is The Breeze. We're talking all national sports. I definitely want to make sure that you all get in tune with what we do. As you all already know, we have the Windy City Breeze, where the Bears Breeze, Bulls Breeze, but we are now giving you national news. And I'm going to be honest with you, Memphis has a problem. As I've already said, that Memphis has a problem. We won't go down some stats because I'll be honest with you, it's embarrassing. This game hadn't been close ever. Honestly, they were down 30 at half. It was 68 to 32. It was 68 to 36 at halftime. And OKC did not look back. You would think that a team like Memphis would show some pride and things of that nature. They came out looking so exhausted, so mentally defeated that it honestly was just why? Honestly, if you could forfeit a playoff game or forfeit a game, and bruh, that's how bad this got. On top of the fact that Shea didn't have a good game. In fact, Shea had one of his worst games of the season, and they still clapped him to the tune of 51 points. It is embarrassing all the way around, and it kind of goes to show you that, hey, sometimes sometimes you really gotta allow your ego and pride. You put that to the side and really get to work. Because in my opinion, this is I was a huge Ja fan. I still am a huge Ja fan. To me, Ja was and does represent in a modern era what AI represented in the 90s and early 2000s. Just that edge, him being him, things of that nature. Some of the off the court issues aside, I mean, I really love the fact that initially the NBA embraced it. But when you have that type of mentality, when you have that type of edge, you have to show up in the biggest moments. You always have to show up. That's the pressure you put on yourself. That's the pressure Ant-Man sees when he's going against the Lakers, and he absolutely showed up for that team. You actually see the growth in his game year over year. And when I look at this matchup right now with the Memphis Grizzlies and Oklahoma City Thunder, I look at Ja and I look at SGA, and I say SGA is what Ja could have been if he worked on his game and not had all these off the court issues. To me, that's the similar play style. The way that he weaves in and out of traffic, the way he can get to the rim. Obviously, I think Ja is a better athlete, but as far as skill, touch, and things of that nature, I think those are things he could have developed on the same wave as SGA, and he missed that window. Now, the book isn't closed, and I'm not going to, again, use this one game to totally denigrate what Memphis has and the opportunity to build. But as I mentioned in the onset, not only is that very unlikely, it's going to take some major changes, and I can already see some pieces here that can be shifted, or I don't expect to be back for them to get the type of talent and attention that they need. Obviously, they're going to get a head coach. I can see JJJ not being there again. Not being there next season or something happening. I could even see in Desmond Bane kind of moving to a different spot. I think this is a situation where it ran its course. They've extended some players. People got paid. But this group together, I don't think this group is going to be able to get it done. Ever since they said they were good in the West, they ain't been good in the West. They really just haven't. They've been that noisy, irritating little brother to a lot of these teams that you gotta kind of contend with, and maybe they get a couple good shots in. But for the most part, whether it's been health, off the court issues, whatever it is, they just haven't gotten together. And those are you. When the window is passed, your window is passed. When the window closes, rather, the window closes. And a lot of teams, there's some teams in the past that we can truly attest that to. Honestly, you could look at the New Orleans Pelicans. When Zion was healthy, and Zion played his 66 games, which was rare. He played over 50 games, which is rare. Me saying that in the same sense is kind of wild, but he did it. They had a nice run. And if he could avoid injury, if he could avoid some of the off the court distractions, they had a nice little window where it's like, yo, they are coming. And that window was past them now. And now we're in a space where these guys are having to rebuild their image and careers. We're not even looking at them for contention. And that's where Jai and the Memphis Grizzlies are. We are going to watch them get clapped this entire series because Oklahoma City is the best defensive team, or one of the best defensive teams in the league. They're also one of the best offensive teams in the league, despite being the youngest or one of the youngest in the league. And they just did it right. This is almost not even fair to compare. It's honestly, it really is. Like, this is my raw take. The game just ended, and I am like so disappointed that it's not more of a close. Like, I honestly thought that Ja and the Memphis Grizzlies would show up better. And the way that OKC just put their foot on their neck and didn't let it up, if this is the type of OKC that we can expect from for the rest of the series, this is a 4-0. This is not a gentleman sweep. This is nothing. I don't see them getting one game, and I see the average margin of victory for OKC being a dub plus. Because if this is what you're going to get, is sad. It's sad, but I want to hear your thoughts, man. Whether it's love, whether it's say put in the chat. Let me know whether you think Memphis is cooked like I think Memphis is cooked. I honestly don't think that this is just this series or OKC being better. I think this whole team, the structure, the way they're set up, I think we're going to see major changes here after this. You have to. You have to. Like, especially if they continue to lose like that, there's no way in the world you agree to that. There's no way in the world you stick around with that. If you're an owner or GM, stuff like that. Something has to shake. You're already getting one and done anyway. You might as well. You might as well make a move. But I want to hear your thoughts. Whether it's love, whether it's hate, put it in the chat. I will be in there with you. We also got to talk about some of these playoff games because there's several playoff games on this 420. So stay tuned for some more videos. I'll be back. I can't believe. I hope the rest of it. I hope Orlando don't get clapped like this. Please don't get clapped like this. Please show up, Paulo. Please show up. Peace.